You are listening to an interview with a featured Pride of Dakota member.
Hi, this is Sarah Kelch, and today I'm sitting down with Mike Kopp with Vintage Prairie. Welcome, Mike.
Hello, Sarah.
How are you?
I'm just wonderful.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yes, it is.
So tell us about Vintage Prairie.
Vintage Prairie is an offshoot of Michael's photography because I started shooting. All I shoot is the most awesome model that you can find anywhere, and that's North Dakota. And all of her moods and all of her temperaments. You catch North Dakota in so many ways. She can be hot, she can be cold, she can be stormy, she can be peaceful. You shoot North Dakota. Well, I started...
She's kind of moody, huh?
Oh, no. She. So I've been going down to Bismarck and picking up frames to promote the images. Man, I was spending a lot of money. Then I found a barn between Denhoff and Animus that they were selling the barn board, and I got a shop out behind my house. It just sat empty. So, well, why don't I?
The light bulb went off, huh?
Yes, it did. So I started making frames for $100. I bought a pickup load of barn board, which would have paid for 3 frames. And so far, I've made probably 40 or 50 frames out of $100. And so I'm recycling a North Dakota barn. It's a 105-year-old barn. Recycling the barn, framing North Dakota images in the North Dakota wood.
That's awesome.
Which is hard to find, North Dakota wood.
Kind of came full circle there.
Yeah.
Cool. So how long have you been doing photography?
Really just a few years.
Okay.
About 7 or 8 years.
Okay. So what got you into the photography business?
I was the editor at the Newtown News and responsible for all 16 pages of fill in there. And I realized it was a lot easier to put a photo on a page than to have to write all those words that would cover that same space as the photo. So I started putting photos on there. And the next year I won something like 9 awards for my photography. And I hadn't really picked up a camera before. So I got all these awards. I said, maybe. And so since then I've just been teaching myself. Okay.
So do you do this as a full-time gig or?
Not really.
Not really? Kind of a pastime?
Yeah. It fits with everything else. It flows into all my other projects. I do contract work for Federal Highway in which I produce photos for them, and I have a motorcycle touring company with the State Tourism Department that then it all just fits together.
Yeah, you can use your photos with the tourism and...
That's it, and it's all North Dakota stuff.
So Vintage Prairie, that's kind of a relatively new business, though.
That is. We just started that last fall. Again, that's the frames, the coat racks, the sconces, the bookends, incense burners, all those things made from wood. When I take a piece of wood into my shop out back, because I heat it with wood, it's a wood-burning stove in there. When I take a piece of wood in there, it either comes out as a finished product or ashes. It keeps me warm. There's no throwaway there.
So you mentioned some other products. Did you intend to make these other products originally, or you
Good point. No, I didn't. I was standing there looking, what am I going to do with this leftover wood now? And started the other products then. And they all seem to sell. Different markets in North Dakota, Fargo versus Bismarck, everything sells differently. But
and you recently joined Pride of Dakota. How has that
September.
Been going for you?
I like it.
Good. Yeah, well, that's good.
I almost feel guilty that you're doing all the work, and I'm just using it.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, I guess your tax dollars at work.
Yeah, that's right. Getting used for the right purpose anyway. So.
Yes, it is.
So you participated in a couple of our showcases, correct?
I did, the one in Fargo and the one in Bismarck.
Okay. How did customers receive your product?
It was just the opposite in both. One, the prints sold like crazy, and the other, the wood sold like crazy. I guess it's the demographics.
It is, and we find that a lot. The shows, in fact, all 4 shows of the holiday showcases are incredibly different from what products are popular, and just different demographics in each city, I guess. So
yep.
Yeah. So what are your future plans with your business?
As long as I got that wood shop out there, I'm just going to keep producing. I actually got some special orders out of both shows, and so now I'm producing. They bought prints, photos from some of the other booths, vendors at Pride of Dakota, and they came to me and said, "Can you make a frame for this that I bought over there?" And so I started making frames for them. I'll make 3, 4, 5 frames, take them to them, and say, "Which one do you want?" Because they all look different. The wood is knotted. It's got so much character to it. So they want maybe one has a little yellow cast or a red cast, maybe like that knot hole or that nail hole. So
you're going to be looking for more barns for sale then?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
You're gonna do some research, see if you can find some more wood, huh?
And at these shows, people come up to say, "Do you want some barn? I got some barn. If you want to tear it down, I've got it." They're looking for a little labor.
Yes, somehow to get rid of it, huh?
Yep.
So, do you have are your products available online at all?
The photos are. I have got a website for the barnwood that I'm starting to. It's under construction now. I've got it pretty much put together. Just have to finish it.
What about the photos? Where can people check them out at?
That's Michael's Photography.
Michael's Photography.
Now, Michael's is spelled weird. It's because there's a trade name, Michael's. I had to respell it, so it's MYKUH, MYKUHLS, Michael's.
Okay, and they can find your photography on there. Can they purchase it on there as well?
They can. They had the front page is North Dakota 365. Last year, I shot an image of North Dakota every day of the year, and which got to be pretty old, long about September. I said, "Do I have to do this?"
What image was it?
Good question. It was not the same image, obviously.
Oh.
Sometimes it was it'd be a wedding or a motorcycle show or the Rib Fest in Bismarck or the Grand Forks Bridges.
Oh, okay.
It would be something every day. Maybe it was just the weather. Maybe it was a sunflower field. Maybe it was bees. But I shot something of North Dakota every day.
Oh, wow. Well, that's really cool.
It was more than I bargained for.
More than you were anticipating, huh? What do you find customers, what are they looking for? Is there a certain image? Do they like sunsets or field pictures, or do you find customers?
Again, it varies. This particular image that I brought into the studio today is a farm that's between Wing and Wilton. It shows the abandoned barn and the abandoned house. And the tallest structure on the old farm would have been the windmill, where you typically would get the water pumped out of the ground. This windmill, though, was a wind charger. I didn't know that until I was in Fargo. Now, remember, this is north of Bismarck. I'm in Fargo. A woman walks up to me and says, it's on display in front. She says, "Oh, that's my grandpa's farm." I go, "Yeah, right." And she said, "No, it really is." And she told me the whole story. Her grandfather lived there. He was instrumental in bringing in the Rural Electrification Administration into North Dakota. And so that windmill is not for water. It was to generate electricity. And she said, and I quote, "He'd be so proud to have that turbine in his yard." So it's
that's
always
really
different.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a great thing about North Dakota, isn't it? It's also local.
So many of my photos, I'll have it on display at the booth, and somebody walk up, "Oh, that's across the road from my father-in-law's farm," or "Oh, that's where I was married," or, everybody has a connection to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what are your plans for your business? What are your future plans?
To continue to produce and grow the photography side, to feed the wood side, to feed the motorcycle touring side. To feed,
it all works together like a big puzzle, huh?
It's called horizontal integration.
There you go.
You start here and you just keep spreading it out.
There you go, until you're spread too thin, right?
That happened a long time ago.
Gotcha.
Until you find your niche, You find niche marketing works, and this is where it is, and that's where you put your focus.
Do you have any products in retail stores right now, or?
And Bismarck at the Memory Shack, another Pride of Dakota member. She invited me to have some things in there, and that's going well.
Excellent. So, future, you're going to be coming out with a new website for your frame business?
Correct. Barn boards.
Barn boards. Okay. And do you have the web address for that yet?
Vintage Prairie.
Vintage Prairie. Perfect.
Yep.
Good enough. So, we look forward to having you in again and giving us an update on what you're working on.
It's all exciting to me. It's because I do it out of my house. It's from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. That's all that's going on. I love it.
That's great. You should like what you're working on.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun having you in today, Mike.
Thanks, Sarah.
Talk to you soon.
To learn more about this featured Pride of Dakota member, visit our website, prideofdakota.com. To become a featured Pride of Dakota member, send an email to prideofdakota@gmail.com. To listen to the full podcast of North Dakota Now, click on the podcast link on our website, prideofdakota.com. Thanks for listening.